ముందుగా ప్రియమైన విద్యార్థులకు మరియు వారి తల్లిదండ్రులకు నమస్కారం. నా పేరు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజీలో చైర్మన్. నేను ఈ రోజు 10th క్లాస్ విద్యార్థులను దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని మాట్లాడడం జరుగుతుంది. అది ఏమిటనగా, మనందరికీ తెలుసు, గత 2 సంవత్సరాలుగా కరోనా కారణంగా విద్యార్థులు ఎటువంటి పరీక్షలు రాయకుండానే పై తరగతులు పంపడం జరుగుతుంది. ఫలితంగా ఐఐటి జేఈ మరియు నీట్ లాంటి జాతీయ స్థాయి పరీక్షలను సాధించడం కష్టతరం అవుతుంది. దీనిని అధిగమించడానికి మరియు 10వ తరగతి పరీక్షలో అత్యధిక మార్కులు సాధించడానికి నేను మీ ముందుకు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ద్వారా అనుభవజ్ఞులైన అధ్యాపకులచే ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులు, హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్ మరియు గత ప్రశ్నపత్రాల సమాధానాల విశ్లేషణ ఇవ్వబడును. కాబట్టి నేను విద్యార్థులకు చెప్పదలుచుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, ఈ ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులను మరియు హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్లను క్లాస్ రూమ్లో కూర్చొని చదువుకున్నంత సీరియస్గా చదువుకోవాలను. ఇంకొకటి ఏమిటనగా, ఈ యొక్క క్లాసులు విన్న వెంటనే అర్థం చేసుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయవలను. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం అంటే కేవలం చదవడం కాదు, పేపర్ మీద రాయవలను. అలాగైతే గుర్తుండిపోతుంది. దీంతో పాటు మీ యొక్క నాలెడ్జ్ని పరీక్షించుకునే కొరకు త్వరలో ప్రీ ఫైనల్ పరీక్షలు కూడా నిర్వహించబడు. ఈ యొక్క అవకాశాన్ని సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోవాలని 10th చదివే విద్యార్థులకు విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తాను.
Hello my dear students, we will enter into this next the topic of this refraction of light at the curved surfaces. There we can find out the different kind of the images at when the object is placed at the different positions, as we have seen in the case of the mirror, and here also we can observe in the same way for the lenses also. Already you know what about this kind of image formation and what happens when the ray is passing through parallel to the beam of rays, and when it is at the different positions, what are the 6 different positions already we discussed, and here also we can take the same 6 different kind of the positions, and we'll start from that first one. What is that? The first one, position of object, positions of objects, ray diagram for lenses. Ray diagram for lenses. Ray diagram for lenses. What are the different positions of the object? First one, we can take these all the lenses what we are adopting here is what? Double convex lens. Double convex lens. For all the 6 positions of these here, we are using the double convex lens. When we understand the double convex lens, we can understand double concave lens also. ఇప్పుడు మనము దీంట్లో ఏం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నట్టే, డబుల్ కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్లో ఈ రేస్ అనేది ఏ విధంగా డైవర్ట్ అవుతాయి లేదా ఎట్లా కన్వర్జ్ అవుతాయి అనేది మనం డిఫరెంట్ లెన్స్లో, కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ కానీ కాన్కేవ్ లెన్స్లో కానీ మనం చూస్తున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు మనం చూసుకునేది ఏంటి అని అంటే కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్. కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్లో ఎలాంటి ప్రాసెస్, ఎలాంటి యాక్టివిటీ అనేది జరుగుతుంది? కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ మనకు తెలుసు, కన్వర్జెన్స్ ఇట్ టేక్స్ ప్లేస్. ఈ కన్వర్జెన్స్ని బేస్ చేసుకునే ప్యారలల్ బీమ్ ఆఫ్ రేస్ అనేవి ఏ విధంగా ఇమేజ్ ఫామ్ చేస్తాయి, ఎలాంటి ఇమేజ్ ఫామ్ చేస్తున్నాయి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనం ఒక్కసారి మనం చూసుకుందాము. విల్ స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ అండ్ బియాండ్ ద సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్. నో, ఇన్ఫినిటీ, బియాండ్ ద సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్. ఒక్కసారి నేను మీకు అవన్నీ కూడా గుర్తు చేస్తాను. డబుల్ కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్సే మనం తీసుకొని, ఇదే డబుల్ కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ సింబల్ ఇది. దీంట్లో ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది డిఫరెంట్ పొజిషన్స్లో మనం ప్లేస్ చేస్తాము. ఒకటేమో ఇక్కడేమో ఆప్టిక్ సెంటర్ కదా, దీన్ని ఆప్టిక్ సెంటర్ అంటారు, దీన్నేమో ఎఫ్ అంటాము, ఇదేమో సి అంటాము. దీంట్లో ఒక్కొక్క పొజిషన్ ఏంటి అని అంటే, ఒకటి ఇది ఇన్ఫినిటీ, నెక్స్ట్ సెకండ్ పొజిషన్, థర్డ్ పొజిషన్, ఫోర్త్ పొజిషన్, ఫిఫ్త్ పొజిషన్ అండ్ సిక్స్త్ పొజిషన్. ఒక్కొక్క పొజిషన్లో ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది ఇక్కడిక్కడ అని ఉన్నప్పుడు రేస్ అనేది రే డయాగ్రమ్స్ కానీ ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎట్లా చేంజ్ అవుతాయి అనేది మనం ఇక్కడ కొంచెం అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకుందాం. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఎట్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ. When this is falling at infinity or parallel to the principal axis, the rays falling on the lens from an object at infinity or parallel beam of rays, they converge to that focal point కదా. ఇక్కడ మనకి ఏం తెలుస్తుంది అని అంటే, ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ వన్ మనం తీసుకుందాము. ఫస్ట్ వన్ మనం తీసుకునేటప్పుడు ఏంటిది, ఫస్ట్ at infinity. Object is at infinity. When it is infinity, what happens? Here we are taking that double convex lens, principal axis. It is very far from that. At infinity, the ray is coming, and after that, when it touches this double convex lens, and image is formed here only, that we are taking at F. The ray is like this. And here we have taken that one more ray. This is the ray 1, incident ray 1. We are taking this is incident ray 2. And both will meet at some point, then object, this is the point image is formed. One point image is formed at F. Second one we are taking, this is what beyond C. Beyond center of curvature. There we can observe, we can find out that principal axis, and this is what, there we can observe that a lens is formed. ఈ లెన్స్ ఫామ్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు when it is beyond C, ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది బియాండ్ C, మన ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అన్ని కూడా ఇటువైపు మనం తీసుకున్నాం. దిస్ ఈజ్ దట్ F, and here we are taking it as C, and there also we are taking it is F, and this is C. దీనికి F1 C1 అని కూడా మనం రాసుకోవచ్చు. ఇందాక మనం చూసాం కదా, ఎట్లా చూసాం చెప్పండి. ఇక్కడ అన్ని కూడా ఫోకస్ అన్ని కూడా ఇది C2 అని, ఇది F2 అని, ఇటువైపు ఏమో 2, ఇటువైపు ఏమో 1. అంటే మనకి ఇండికేషన్ కోసం ఇది బియాండ్ Cలో మనం పెట్టినప్పుడు ఒక రే అనేది ఎట్లా ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంది. దిస్ ఈజ్ ప్యారలల్ టు ద ప్రిన్సిపల్ యాక్సిస్, ద రే ఇట్ ట్రావెల్స్ parallel to principal axis. After that, then what happened, because it is parallel, it passes through focal point. Again we have to take that one more ray, which is what, which passes through very carefully. With the help of that ray we have to draw beyond C. దీన్ని బియాండ్ C అనేది మనము అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే, where that image is formed between F and C. This is that object, we cannot show here, and here it is that image. Image is between F and C. This is that image formation. There we are observing that, this kind of the position. When we see that the third one, at the third one what happens here, there we can observe, this is at C. Here we are taking this is at C. In this at C, here is the principal axis. There we can see that here we can take it as F2, and this is C2, and there here we have to take F1, and this is what it is the C1. When this object from here, when object is placed, where it is placed we have taken here, that is we are taking it is what, it is at C. It is at C only, it is existed. Am I right? Then there we can take, this ray is passing parallel to the principal axis. We know that, no doubt in this, no confusion, there it passes through that focal point and comes down. At the same time, when one more ray we are taking that which is passing through the optic center, and they both meet at one point. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇక్కడ ఒక రే అనేది, ఫస్ట్ రే అనేది ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అయింది, ఇక్కడ కూడా చూసారా. ఫస్ట్ రే ఎప్పుడు కూడా ప్యారలల్ టు ద ప్రిన్సిపల్ యాక్సిస్ తీసుకుంటాము. సెకండ్ రే ఎప్పుడు కూడా త్రూ దిస్ ఆప్టిక్ సెంటరే, ఇది కూడా ఆప్టిక్ సెంటర్ కదా. ఇవన్నీ ఇట్లా తీసుకుంటున్నాము. ఇక్కడ కూడా ది ప్యారలల్ టు ది ప్రిన్సిపల్ యాక్సిస్ తీసుకున్నాం, ఇంకోటి ఏమో ఆప్టిక్ సెంటర్. ఇవి రెండు ఎక్కడ మీట్ అవుతున్నాయంటే ఇక్కడ ఒక పాయింట్ ఉంది, ఆ పాయింట్ ఈజ్ వాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ below C it is formed. Now let us go for that, the fourth one. Here I'm drawing a line so that you can see that comfortably. There we can take it as 4. There what is their position at C? After that C, between F and C. This we are taking as between F and C. Between F and C.
Students, my name is Vishal Sharma and I did my BTech from IIT Kanpur in Electrical Engineering. I have an experience of more than 12 years in preparing IIT JEE aspirants for this examination. Under me already more than 100 students have cracked this IIT JEE examination. Right now I am associated with K Venkana classes. Now K Venkana classes, for the first time in Hyderabad, it has brought your top Delhi IIT and NITN faculties. Now what are you waiting for? Come and join us and realize your dream of getting into IITs.
Between F and C. Okay, here also, there we are taking that an image is formed, where that image is formed, this to observe that, then we have to draw a convex lens. There it is that optic center. Here we have to take F2 and this is C2. This is commonly we have to take, this is F1 and C1. Now what we are taking this position of this object, there we have to take this position of the object is what, between C and F. There we are drawing a line, this is object. No, there also we are taking, this is that object, here we are taking, and this is also an object we are taking. This is that a parallel ray we have to draw. No doubt here also it passes through that F1 and that is the focal point. Then next ray we have to take and like this. See that how we are drawing this ray passing through that optic center and the image is formed at this point. The intersection point we have to draw a perpendicular line to this. There the image formation we can observe. This is that image we can observe. చాలా క్లియర్గా మనం ఇక్కడ అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఈ పొజిషన్ అనేది చూడండి, ఇక్కడ ఇన్ఫినిటీ దగ్గర నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయి ఇట్ ఈస్ మూవింగ్ టువర్డ్ ద మిర్రర్. అండ్ వాట్ అబౌట్ దిస్ ద ఇమేజ్ ఫార్మేషన్, gradually it is started moving away. It is moving towards the mirror and images are moving away from the mirror. There we can see that the fifth one now. There also we can take that principal axis. Here this is that optic center. There we can observe this is F2 and this is C2. There we can observe this is F1 and this is C1. What is that next position? Here we have this is C and F con, and now we have to take this is at F between F and C over, now at F means object we have to place here. When it is passing through this, and from there what happens, this is one line we have to draw like this, which is passing through the focal point. There when we draw this line here which is placed at that focal point, there we can observe, there we can see this whatever the ray is there, then this is both will become parallel to each other. Not exactly parallel, they are not at all intersecting at any point. When we take that, the sixth position, this is what between F and O, between F and O. Here also we can observe like this, and this is what the principal axis. There we can take this as what F2, here we can take this as C2, here we are taking it as F1 and here it is C1. when an object is placed here, the ray which is passing parallel to the principal axis, then it passes through what? The focal point. And there we can see here, this is that one optic center, one more ray we have to draw that which is passing through that optic center. You can observe that those are very close here and they are moving away from that. Definitely, if you draw that, the ray is projected back. When both are projected backward here, we have to observe that a straight line we have to draw. See that a straight line we are drawing. When it is existed, there we can find out this object, whatever is formed. There we can observe these rays are traveling, the rays which are traveling at this, which is placed between F and C and object. There the object, this is formed at this point. Where it is formed? Just away from that F2 it is forming, just away from this. This is that image. These are the rays. Actually, these are the rays which are traveling, incident rays, but we only here we are projecting them backward, controlled rays. Now, for all these, we can form a summary. What is that the summary? Already what we have seen. What is that the position? Position of object. I will take that less space for this, otherwise this is not sufficient for us. There we can take this as what? Here we can take position of object. Next one, there we can take position of image. Next one, enlarged or diminished, enlarged or diminished. Next one we can take erect or inverted. Now these are the positions, enlarged, diminished and erect or inverted. These are the different kind of the positions what we can observe. There when we see this all objects whatever we are taking, there the different kind of the position of the objects and whatever kind of the images are existed here, these all we can observe. One more is there, that is what, whether it is real or virtual. Real or virtual. For all these we take that 6 different positions we are taking. For 6 different positions where the position of the object is formed, we can see now. What is the position of the object? First one, at infinity. At infinity. Where is the position image? At focal point, at F2. There we can write it as at where it is formed here at F1, I am sorry. Here it is forming at F1. There this side we have to take F1 C1, this side we have to take F2 C2. Already we have seen in that other objects. Here it is forming at F2. It is enlarged? No. It is point size. Point size. Is it erect or inverted? We cannot decide. Real or virtual? We cannot decide. It is appears to be real also, we cannot catch on the screen. Now the second one is what? It is beyond C. Here we are taking that, where is that object? Beyond, there we can observe beyond C2. When it is beyond C2, where does it form the image? Second one, between, there we can observe between F1 and C1. Is it what kind of image is formed? See that size of image we can take, we can consider it as what? Diminished image. And is it erect or inverted? There is it erect means It is also forming above the principal axis or below the principal axis? It is forming below the principal axis. There, that is why we can take this as what? Inverted image is formed. This is inverted image is formed. What is that next one? Is it real? Because reflected rays only, they are refracted rays only, they are what is that, intersecting. That is why real image is formed. When we take that, this is the first one, second, third. Now, where is the third one beyond C2? Then now we have to take it as at C2. When it is placed at C2, the image is formed also. This is at C1. What about the size? Same size. What about that image formed? This is inverted. Because the image can be caught on the screen, that is why it is real image. Like next go for that fourth one. Then for this fourth one, in this year, this is between what is that we are taking? F2 and C2. When it is between F2 and C2, when the object is placed, where does it form? Here it is forming beyond, it is forming beyond C1. Now, what about the size? It is diminished now here, now it is enlarged. And what kind of image is formed here? This also inverted. What type of image it is? Real image. This is also a real image is formed. Now, let us see that fifth position. This is between what? At F. There we are taking it is at F. Where is that? When it is placed at F, where the image is formed? Image does not form. It is formed at infinity. This is formed at infinity. Whenever the image is not formed anywhere, we have to write that as what? At infinity. You have to remember this says. Now, what about the size? We cannot decide. Then what about the, is it erect or enlarged? We cannot say. In inverted. And what about that image? Here we have to take it as this is the virtual, can we say? No. At infinity, because it is there, we cannot say whether it is real or virtual. Now, let us go for that sixth one, last one. This is what? When it is placed between F2 and optic center. When it is existed between, where the image is formed? This is formed just between, this is formed. When object is placed between these two, the image is formed between F2 and C2. Slightly between that. There we can observe, what about this image? Image is enlarged. Image is enlarged. But where does it form? Because of this refracted rays it is formed? No. Refracted rays are projected back, that it is formed. Then we call this kind of image as what? This is enlarged. It is erect. Erect image is formed, but this is virtual image. This is that virtual image is formed. This is the case what we can observe here. These are the different kind of the positions. This is very, 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 very important answer, which we have to consider, we have to remember to observe whatever the different kind of objects are placed at different positions. Okay? Now, this is that the story about the different positions of the objects, and for that corresponding the positions of the images at different positions. Okay? Thanks for watching.